Welcome to a new video. In today's video I want to talk to you about the open reading, what it is, why we like it, and why we use it and teach it to our students. Perhaps you remember a song from, time ago by En Vogue, which was Free Your Mind, and the rest will follow. Well, free your mind is what we need and what this type of reading gives us. Freedom. We are not attached to fixed meanings or fixed positions. In a traditional spread or approach to the tarot reading, we have fixed positions. This is the past, this is the present, this is the future, or are the pros, these are the cons, and we read the cards according to each position. Namely, this is the star card. Okay, the interpretation or the meaning of the star as something positive or as something negative changes, and therefore you have to learn them all. In the open reading, we don't do that. In the open reading, first of all, we have a whole view. You prefer an eagle view from above, and then we dive into the cards in each element and join them together to create a message, an answer. And those messages are the real part and the real important part of the reading. Forget about meanings and search for messages. The open reading is based in three main principles. One is that the card doesn't have any meaning at all. You may know a lot of things about the card, about each one, but it's when you have two or more cards combined, when the flowing of the elements combined allows you to reach an answer. The second is that there are no fixed positions. This is not the past or the pros. This is not the future or the cons. It's just an evolution. We see a whole framework and then we read it. We dive into each card, we dive into the elements, we follow the flux, the flow of them, and then reach to the answer. And the third element is that we don't always need to read as we write. So as to say, we don't read always from left to right. The same cards, the very cards are telling us how they want us to read them. For instance, in this case, we see the Knight of Coins going from the Two of Swords to the Ten of Coins. Both the look, the glance, and the direction of the movement tell us that we have to read it like this. But if instead of the Knight of Coins we have the Hermit, the movement, the glance, the direction is the opposite. We go from the Ten of Coins to the Two of Swords. It's different, and it's just one card. And it's as simple as looking. We always say it. We have to look, analyze, and understand. And looking is not the same as seeing. When we look, we pay attention to what we are looking at, right? And just by looking, we know, we understand. The movement is here, like this, and we read it like this. The movement is like that, and we read it like that, because the cards are telling us how they want us to read them. This also creates another important aspect. Each reading is unique. So as to say, when we answer a question, we get a number of cards, 3 cards, or according to the different spread you're using. The next time you may ask the same question, you're going to get different cards. And at the same time, these same cards can come out in a spread for a different question, and their result or the message will be different because the framework, the context given by the question is different. We always need a context. We always need a framework to work in, and that's what the question gives us. The question is important because it tells us what to look for in the cards. It's something simple. You just have to understand how it works. You need to study how to read the cards, but it's simple. It's not complicated, and you don't have to memorize anything. Meanings, positions, meanings for each card in each position, because it's just the flow of the elements what we need to search and what we need to look for. When we read the cards, we are not memorizing or trying to remember the meaning number 4 from this card and the meaning number 16 from this card and the meaning number 174 from this card is what is going to make sense for this particular question. You need to rely on your memory. You need to rely on your eyes. Look, as I said, it's not the same as seeing. Look, analyze, and understand. And then comes the final part, name. In other words, we have to translate into words, name, give a name, to what we are seeing in the visual language of the cards. We have to translate. That's the main importance, the main work we have to do. The most important part, translate the visual language into words, into our words. Yours, mine, his, hers, whatever. Every person has his or her personal voice when reading the cards, and that's what we help you to find and develop in our courses. We don't want you to read like us. We don't want you to parrot in the same way what other people has already said about certain cards or certain spread or combination of cards. There is already one, I don't know, Tom Benjamin. There is already one Benabel Wen. There is already one Rachel Pollack, and they are excellent. And they are unique. And you are also unique. And that's what this helps you to develop your own uniqueness. Because the way you are going to read these cards or these ones or whatever, the way you are going to read them is completely different from the way that other person is going to read this. The message is the same. The answer is the same. If something is good, it's good. If something is bad, it's bad. You're not going to give different answers or opposite. You know what I mean? The answer is just one answer, or the message. But the way to express what the cards are saying, this translation from the visual language into words, is what makes you unique, because no one else is going to make it like you do. And that's what we help you to express, to bring out. See what I mean? I hope so. Well, that's today's video. The open reading. Why we use it? Freedom. And why we teach it? To release your own voice. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.